Starting? Is it live? It will be shortly, if not.
Numerix.
There it is. I believe it is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels, new and improved with DM losing her voice.
Improved?
Yes, it's improved. It's gotta be improved. Help me. So this is gonna be happening. So apologies in advance, everyone. But I'm Christiana Ellis. I'm the Dungeon Master. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Our players tonight, Vivid Muse as Amethyst.
Hey, y'all.
I forgot I already had us on our map screen. Let me put us back over on the... It'll switch. Never mind.
It's fine. This is fine.
It's going to crash on me and make me cry. There we go. Okay. Vivid Muse as Amethyst. Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric.
I've got a terrible feeling about this.
Jenny Meltzer as Cadence of the Water.
Hi, guys.
Starla Hodgson as Nirikina Ethu.
Greetings and salutations.
And Chooch Schubert as Autarky.
Hello, hello.
And because the people demand it, my corgi puppy, Rocket,
Rocket!
Aww.
So
will
cute.
That
will
is
be
definitely
being
a
cute
dog.
off camera, in the background. So if you hear barking, see how cute he is and don't get mad.
So sweet. Who could get mad?
Not possible.
All right. So we are still sadly missing James playing Cat of the Sands, but hopefully he will be back with us in the near future. But tonight, we rejoin the heroes of legend, all the rest of them, as they prepared to enter the Dragon Smackdown. See, this is why I mentioned, he's actually just barking now because I picked him up and then put him right back.
It's like, what was that about?
When last we left the group of our heroes, they were traveling across the Feywild on a quest for Thriae honey. Honey made by a special trio of bee people queens that was rumored to allow the consumer to see the truth in all things and also potentially restore lost songs, which would be particularly relevant for your bard party member who has been rendered unable to sing for some time now. But it's been a difficult journey along the way, with lots of challenges seemingly set up for you, following a strange poetic pattern. 3 days, 3 deaths, 3 eyes, 3 breaths. What does it all mean? This is terrible, you guys. But most recent, the party encountered a strange shrine in the middle of a vast swamp. The shrine had apparently entrapped 3 adult dragons, a gold dragon named Dezoi, a black dragon named Sycus, and a green dragon named Muvad, who had all been entranced by a strange crystal that none of them could manage to tear their eyes away from. Now, the party felt like this had been placed in their path for some deliberate reason, but they couldn't figure it out, so they decided to just start a fight.
Accurate.
Well, upset the balance.
Tip over the apple cart. There was a cup.
Their
on the
choice
table,
if it's
and we
going to be a
just
fight.
pushed it off the table.
So, so let me I'll go ahead and put us back on the map now. This red circle represents the fog cloud cast by Nira, meant to obscure the crystal and break line of sight, which should at least momentarily break the charm effect on the dragons. What they do next, we shall see. So, notably, we need to be able to see what's inside the circle to move tokens around. But it should be noted that the circle represents dense, opaque fog that cannot be seen through. It's perhaps also worth noting that last week, 3 of our party members got lost in that fog and found themselves in some sort of a strange impromptu job interview / riddle / prank played on them by Grandmother Praxis. It was all very confusing, and then she apparently returned them right back here. So, how about everybody roll initiative?
I have regrets.
You must live with what you've done.
Oh, there's a 1. That's not good.
16.
Hey, we all have
16
regrets
for
about right
Arthur.
now.
Right?
18 for me.
18 for
22.
you. Oh, look at that. Cadence is going to get to go before the first dragon. Amethyst,
7.
7. And Alaric,
6.
6. All right. So, the fog cloud settles down into and obstructing the view of the crystal and the treasure below it. The dragons roared with rage. And what do you do, Cadence? Because it's your turn first.
I am actually going to hold my action for if one of them attacks first. And when it does, I'm actually going to use my seeker function with the bow to fire a shot at it.
And when you say attacks, what do you mean? Does it attacks anybody? Does anything? What would trigger that?
If it attacks us, any
Okay.
of us, like they can attack each other, whatever.
All right. What about incidental attacks? Like theoretically a breath weapon that was not directed at you, but you are included in its range area of effect.
I think that would trigger it.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you are holding your action. Next up is Psychus the Black Dragon, who immediately uses his acid breath weapon on Dezoi the Gold Dragon. Who is going to make, let's see, he's going to make a dexterity saving throw. And he is 17. Gets a 17, which is not good enough. Yeah, not good enough, but he's going to use a legendary resistance to get it anyway. But you all watch, those of you who can see, as a 60-foot long, 5-foot wide geyser of acid shoots out from the black dragon's mouth. And it does a bunch of damage, which how much we will see in a moment. Because I'm going to add up dice.
Do we get splashed by this acid?
No, because it's the black dragon is all in a line.
Okay.
Right. 30. Alright. So it would be 57 acid damage, but it's reduced to 28 for the gold dragon. All right. So, there we go. The acid sprays off of the gold dragon's scales, even though it managed to evade the worst of the blast. But then it uses its movement to dive into the fog cloud and basically shouting in Draconic. Those of you who speak Draconic know that essentially what he is saying is, "It's mine!" All right. Nira, your turn.
I think I am going to move. Let me see.
Okay.
And I do not want to go any closer to the center, so we need to spread out a bit more, I think. So I think probably south. Well, the problem is that I don't want to put myself off the map because I think that would be inconvenient for you.
We can work with it tactically. We can just,
Okay.
keep track. What do you want?
Yeah,
to do?
I want to move my max distance down.
Okay. Well, so are you up in the air too? Like, where do you
Yeah.
want to be?
I guess it'd be south on that map, 30 feet, but still on that level in the air, flying because I can.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm going to set your
off the map.
token over here, and we'll
Okay.
just have to remember that you were off the map in that direction.
Let's see. And I am going to I wish there was a way to sort spells by like if they were a buff or not. I usually don't go this early in the rotation. Yeah, I don't.
If you click the filters, there's a buff tag. It shows all the buffs.
Oh, there it is. Yes. It's not bringing anything up. It's fine. Actually, I think I would rather just hold. Just because the main thing I wanted to do was move.
Okay. I mean, you
but
have to
I
choose
will-
what action. to
So
hold.
if there is a dragon that attacks one of the party, like specifically, I'm going to use guiding bolt on that particular dragon.
Okay. Assuming that you would need to be able to see it though. If it's still
Yes.
obscured by the fog cloud, you wouldn't
Correct.
be able to. Okay. All right. Otterkey, you're next.
Okay, I'm not going to engage. I'm going to go ahead and cast Aura of Purity, which is going to create a 30-foot radius around me, and all of my friendlies within that radius will
Okay.
Cannot become diseased, have resistance to poison, and advantage on saving throws against a lot of stuff: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned.
Ooh. Okay.
Advantage on lots of saving throws.
Yeah, that's great. Here, let's see. Are you staying in one place? 30-foot radius?
Yeah,
Is it only?
I'm feeling pretty good that they're going to go after each other.
Stay next to
Right.
me, aren't you?
I'm
So
feeling
30-foot
confident.
radius, you said?
Correct.
That's huge. That's like most of the map.
Yep.
And is it only your friends?
Yep.
So none of the dragons would be included.
Correct.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, I think... No, a little bit bigger than that. Alright.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's about right. So that's going to include everyone except Nira, who moved just out of that range.
Oops.
Okay.
So that's my action, and yeah, I'm just gonna hold fast. I'm gonna I can't remember if I had slipped on the dragon mask or not before, but I'll just pull it down over my
Okay.
face and draw my sword.
Sure. Okay. Amethyst.
Yeah. At this point, I am going to just. I've been going over my spells trying to decide what to do, but I think I'm just going to use my action to cast. Who's still near me? I can't really see with where our pictures are at the bottom. I'm guessing I'm under like where
You're
Chooch's
right
picture
here.
is. Okay. Let me move up to where Cadence and Archie are and
Okay.
cast guidance on Archie.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to hold my act, and then I'm just going to wait and see what the rest of them do. I'm not
Alright.
going to attack anything.
Well, guidance would have been your action, right? So
right,
yeah.
exactly. So
But
I'm
I just mean
saying I'm not
you're
doing
you're not
anything
doing anything else, but you're not holding an action.
else. No, I'm just like chilling.
Got it. Okay. At this point, the black dragon is going to make a tail attack against the gold dragon. Because it's got legendary actions. And that's going to be.
Does the fog affect it, or can it see right through it?
It knew where the dragon was, so it's at disadvantage though. But yeah, that it rolled a natural 20 and a 15 plus 11. So yeah, that hits, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to keep leaning away from the microphone in order to roll these. Let's see. That's 15 bludgeoning damage to the gold dragon.
That's a shame.
All right. Alaric.
So many bad ideas. Which do I choose? I agree, Rocket. I know. Good counsel.
Yeah.
No, I'm never considering that. I'm going to take my my movement and my action and my bonus action to move. And with
Okay.
that much movement, I should be able to circle around counterclockwise to get to essentially 12 o'clock on this map.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll allow that. How far away? Rocket. Shh.
Right on the edge of that upper layer at 12 o'clock.
Like that?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Alrighty. Okay, so that makes it Green Dragon's turn. And it is going to... Yeah. It's going to use its own breath weapon, which Alaric just moved himself into the range of. It was technically attacking the two dragons, but, although, as a dwarf, the poison's not as big a concern for Alaric as it might have been.
As a dwarf wielding this wonderful hammer, I have no worries whatsoever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so you don't even make the saving throw then, right? You're immune to it?
Yep.
All right. Good for you. Okay, so that's... You know what? I'm just going to use the dice roller. This is insanity.
It took one roll before she came up.
Well, yeah. It's
That's fair. That's totally fair.
it's 16d6. All right. So, the black dragon rolls 15 plus, yeah, 25. That's a success. The gold dragon rolls not as good, but still good enough. So they're both only taking half damage, which is still 28. All right. Too much math. All right. You know what? I'm gonna mark them on here because that's actually gonna go insane otherwise.
So many numbers.
All right. There we go. All right. And then it is going to use a wing attack, which makes no one else is within 10 feet of the... Okay, no, I take it back. It sails in right here. Well, actually, first, Cadence, I don't know. I don't think you'd be able to see that Alaric was in the range of that cloud from the other side of the fog cloud because it's a sphere.
No.
Yeah. So I don't think your held action would trigger.
No.
But the green dragon flies up there and is making a wing attack, which means it beats its wings. And every creature within 10 feet of the dragon must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Is that one of the ones that we have advantage on, Archie?
Oops. I'll scroll back to it. What saving throw?
What is the
Dexterity.
our dex? Yes,
Dex.
sorry.
Oh, no. It wasn't
Okay.
a skill check. It was for
Okay.
different effects.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Would that wing attack generate a wind of 10 miles per hour or more?
Yes,
Then it would disperse the fog cloud.
exactly its intention.
Oh.
The fact that some of you might get knocked prone is incidental.
I do get it.
So this is going to be Archie, Cadence, and Amethyst needing to make this throw.
28.
Success.
25.
Success.
Natural 20, and what kind of a check was it? I'm sorry.
Dexterity saving throw.
So dexterity, so 23.
Jeez.
Okay, yeah, you all rolled really high and all succeeded, meaning you take no damage and are not knocked prone.
But did it seem like an attack?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shoot it.
All right, well, let me resolve the rest of its, like the effect on the other dragons first, though.
Okay.
Okay. That's a success for the black dragon. That's a success for the gold dragon. So it cleared the fog, but otherwise didn't resolve, didn't do anything else, but would trigger Cadence's held action.
And mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
Are you
rolling, Cadence?
Yep. It was a 33,
Oh, yeah, that hits.
and then 17 points of damage.
All right.
And a 24 for guiding bolt.
Mm-hmm.
$18 radiant damage.
All right. And it briefly has its glitter bomb effect, but it is immediately used up by the black dragon attacking, doing a tail attack with advantage. Yeah, that's a hit. And I have created a difficult encounter to run. But it's All right. 8 plus. So that's another 14 bludgeoning damage. All right.
Christiana's just gonna fight herself for an hour.
Well, depends on what you guys do, right? It might be faster if you guys just help focus fire or whatever.
Yeah.
She's
but
asking us to help by
Please
killing
help
all
me.
creatures.
help me.
Please.
But the green dragon basically just does it right back. You know, the attacks right back, doing the same thing. Whipping each other with the tails. It should be noted that the black dragon has essentially draped its wings over like all the treasure and the crystal and everything. So it is currently out of view. Does another 12 bludgeoning damage. All right. That was the green dragon's turn. Now it is the gold dragon's turn. And he is going to breathe fire on the other two dragons. So yeah. That's carefully looks to see that the treasure is temporarily protected. And then just all right. I have to roll their saving throws to see if they use their legendary resistance. 18. That's a fail, I think. Yeah. So the green dragon fails. Black dragon also fails, but they both use legendary resistance. Would take only half of that. Okay, and now how much fire damage is it? 52. So you guys just watch as this just torrent of fire envelops both of these other dragons. And I would imagine that Archie and Cadence and Amethyst, you are very close to this and would definitely find it hard to just the heat. You feel the heat on your skin. But the dragon has aimed its breath in such a way that you do not, in fact, get burned by it. So, and then it rushes up to do its own wing attack. So, lots of these. That's a success. That's a fail. So the black dragon succeeds. The green dragon fails, but does use another legendary resistance. So neither of them are knocked prone. All right. Cadence, you're up.
Bonus action, lightning arrow,
Okay.
and I am going to fire at the black dragon.
All right. I think right now the green dragon is obstructing the view.
Oh, I thought he was above us, so I could like duck under. But
No. I mean, they're in the mix with each other now. There's no, you would have to move.
I will move to the other side of Archie
Okay.
without getting out of its range, so I don't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Sure. Like that?
And yep, and
Okay.
I will fire at the black dragon.
Okay.
Lightning arrow. That is a 31.
A 31 hits.
Okay. Wait, so that is 17 regular damage.
All right.
And 17 lightning damage.
All right.
So 34 total.
Done it. All right.
I'm going to fire my second shot at the green dragon.
Okay.
And that is a 21.
Okay.
And that is 13.
All right.
And that's my turn.
So the black dragon is just snarling with rage, but as you kind of do that, the green dragon is just growling, "You fools! I offered you exactly what you wanted. Now you'll just die with the rest of them." All right, that makes it the black dragon's turn. Does he get his breath back? Let's see. He does. I think he sends it at the green dragon in such a way that, yeah, it's gonna get Otterkey and Amethyst as well. So, that's a dexterity saving throw, please.
And I forgot what the last one, but my regular 10-foot gives everybody a +4 within 10 feet of me to
All
all
right.
saving throws.
Very nice.
Dex.
So that makes 13 for Amethyst.
Okay.
Thank you,
13 is a fail.
Otterkey. Yeah.
23.
23 is a success. Cadence? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I didn't hear you say my name. I
Yeah,
just
no,
said-
I got all three of you.
Okay, so that's it's a +4,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
Dex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 24.
Okay, Otterkey and Cadence both succeed and are going to take half damage. Amethyst is going to take all 62 acid damage. So 62 acid damage for Amethyst, 31 for Otterkey and Cadence, as this geyser of acid just sprays all over you. The green dragon is going to use its last legendary resistance for that.
Did we have advantage on that too, Archie?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. I thought we had resistance to acid or poison or something with that 30-foot radius that you cast. Didn't we have a resistance?
Oh, right. So that one, the
I
purity,
think it was, you said poison for sure.
poison damage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So that is definitely what the black dragon does. And then he's going to, he's going to do a tail attack against the gold dragon. It's going to hit. Because by the way, just the math of it is these dragons almost can't not hit each other. Not quite, but almost. That's 15 to the gold dragon there. Who's still doing the best out of the three so far. All right. That makes it Nira's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to use something that I don't think I've ever actually used this spell before, but now seems like a really good time.
Sure.
I am going to cast. Where'd it go? I am going to cast Insect Plague.
All right.
Ooh.
Centered right in the middle of those three dragons.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere.
Okay. Let's make this one purple. Let's see. All right, that's about right.
And that
Like
is
that?
a Constitution saving throw of 19.
Okay. Oops. Hang on, okay. Black Dragon fails but uses last legendary resistance. Green Dragon. Wow. That's also going to be a failure. They have a really high bonus, but they're rolled really low. So black dragon success, green dragon fail, gold dragon. That's probably going to succeed. Yeah.
That is a 23 damage if they failed.
Okay.
And it's lightly obscured and difficult terrain.
Okay. Is there any damage if they succeed?
Half damage on a successful.
Okay. So that's going to be 11. Yeah.
That's piercing damage, if that matters.
Right. So describe this for me. What does this look like?
A 20-foot sphere of swarming, biting locusts that just want to gnaw on everything suddenly appears. It bubbles up just out of the ground and consumes everything in this bubble.
All right.
Oh, and then a bonus action healing word on Amethyst at level 7 for, let's see.
But can you
19
cast
points.
2 spells though?
It's a bonus action healing word.
But yeah.
One spell has to be a cantrip.
Oh, but one has to be a cantrip.
Right. To do 2 spells in one round, one has to be cantrip.
Right. One spell, one cantrip.
Really?
Mhm.
'Cause-
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah, because that specifically on the spell, it says one bonus action. So
Yes,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
Yeah.
if it's spells, so it's still bonus action. So for example, if you used your action to do something else, like attack with your weapon, you could cast that
Okay.
spell as a bonus action, but you
Well,
can't
the
cast
action
2
could have been a
spells in a
cantrip.
turn unless one is a cantrip.
Okay. Well, never mind. Sorry, you don't get healed, Amethyst.
Appreciate the thought.
All right. Let's see. Gosh. The Is the insect plague dispersed by anything, or is it only magical? I mean, like the fog cloud or anything like that?
It's a concentration spell.
Mm. Okay. All right.
No,
So
it doesn't. Unless I lose concentration, it's there.
Right. So at this point we have the gold dragon trying another wing attack on the other 2 dragons, and they make their dexterity saving throws. I'm losing my bookmarks. Gosh. That's gonna be 12 plus 18, so the green dragon fails, has no more legendary resistances. The black dragon also fails, also has no more legendary resistances. So this time when the gold dragon beats its wings, it knocks both of the other dragons prone. Basically just the force of its wings, the wind created just knocks them both to the ground. And then the green dragon is, I think gonna not, it's gonna use another attack against, this one is with disadvantage though, so, because it's prone. Still heads. And does another, max damage, 16, 22 bludgeoning damage against the gold dragon. Sweeps its leg and lands a nasty hit. At this point, it is Otterkey, your turn.
Okay. He's gonna say,
Was that the end of the gold dragon's turn?
No, that was a legendary action from the gold dragon.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna say, gonna let them duke it out. Start and back up.
Okay.
I'm like, I'll just go down 10 feet.
Okay.
Where's
The green dragon makes an opportunity attack against you.
it's prone.
Lashes out with claws, so it's disadvantage. So that's still an 18 to hit, but I think that doesn't hit you.
Nope.
Its claws glance off your armor. All right.
And I'm also gonna try a new spell. Oh,
Your aura moves with you.
know how the bugs like cold. I'm gonna cast Ice Storm,
Okay.
which so the range is 300 feet. It's a 20-foot cylinder.
Okay.
Of course, I only want to affect the dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And so within a 20-foot cylinder, a hail of rock-hard ice will pound into the ground, 40 foot high.
All right. You basically want to center it like the same way as the insect storm, or
Yeah,
like that.
right there's good.
All right. So describe the effect.
So it's a giant hailstorm of rock-hard ice pounding down in this cylinder. Each creature makes a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
versus 18.
Okay. So gold
18
first.
DC.
Gold gets 21. So that's a success. Green gets 22. And black gets 25. So they all three
Wow.
succeed.
So they all say so they will each take half damage,
Mm-hmm.
which is a combination of bludgeoning and cold.
Okay.
Bludgeoning. Bludgeoning is 8 points. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That was cold. 8, 9, 12 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning is 9 points.
Okay. So 21 total.
Right.
But that would be
And then
halved.
halved
Yeah.
to
So 10.
11, yeah.
Well, round down.
Right.
All right.
Guess I'll still have to stick to fire.
All right. The gold dragon is shouting out, "You're not making wise choices, my friends." That is Otterkey's turn. Amethyst.
So I'm gonna cast heal on myself for 70 points, just because that really hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to back the hell up.
Okay.
I
Where-
can't. Yeah. Just a little bit behind Otterkey because that
Okay.
hurt.
Believe it or not, with the green dragon's range, it can hit you as you move. Even though you're 10 feet away, it can hit you.
It's already used
Okay.
its
Isn't it a
reaction.
reaction?
That's correct. You're right. So never mind.
Thank you.
Mhm. Yes, thank you for helping me keep track. Absolutely. Okay. At this point, the gold dragon makes an advantage tail attack against the green dragon who is prone. Actually, no, it's got to be the black dragon. The black dragon has the treasure. What am I thinking?
It's also prone, right? It didn't slip
Yeah,
off.
no,
of
they
it,
were
right?
both prone. It kind of just fell down on top of it. 12. All right. Okay, Alaric, that makes it your turn.
Okay. Well, there's a moment when he's about to charge forward, and then a massive storm of insects appears. So he thinks better of that. Can I see through that?
I think it's lightly obscured, so it'd be disadvantage on attacks, but
Okay. I guess I'll take it. I will spin.
well, actually,
the,
would it be? I don't remember lightly obscured.
Well, there's also an ice storm. It's like the.
Yeah, it's
the-
both, so I think
Actually,
it's
it's already disadvantage because it's also prone. So
okay.
it's triple disadvantage. As he will try to peer over a little bit. Whip the axe at the black dragon.
Okay.
That is not going to do it. That is a 1.
Well,
That
the
didn't
one
work.
definitely won't.
Yeah. So it vanishes off into the thing and then appears back in his hand. So we're going to try it again. You know, if nothing succeeds, try again. That's not how it goes. That's just as bad. Actually, it's not quite as bad. That is that's a 17 now. That's still not enough.
All right.
Uh,
17, you said? Yeah, that still
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
yeah.
All right. Is that it?
No. Let's see. I gotta get closer. I'm gonna move in.
Okay. 2.
The black dragon, so it's within striking distance.
Okay, so you're entering the area of effect of both the insect plague and the ice storm.
Yeah, no, with the 2 effects, I can't do that. There's no way I can get in there. So I will stay back and I'll fire once more. There's not much else I can do. I will try once more, and that is not enough. That was a 15.
Okay.
So frustrated, I'm kind of pacing back and forth. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right.
As a
At
quick
this-
reminder to you, I don't know if it matters much, but the ice also causes difficult terrain. for
Right,
their
okay.
movement.
It is the green dragon's turn. Certainly gets stands up, so he's not prone anymore. And I think that he's going to back out of the range there of the 2 spell effects. And so technically you would get an opportunity attack there, Cadence, but it would if it's a ranged attack, it would be disadvantage.
Okay. That is a 27.
Okay.
I rolled a 12. It's like a 15. so,
27 hits, yeah.
That's 17.
All right. It's going to, so it backs out there, snarls at you as you do that, and then it shouts, Psychus! The gold dragon will outlast us if we're at each other's throats. Let's take him together. And that's what he says, and he says, I will attack him with you when you do. At this point, he is holding his attack. Dazeway, the gold dragon, hears that, and is basically going to literally try to grapple the black dragon off of the treasure. These ongoing effects with the ice storm and the bugs, like, is it every round?
Ice storm is one shot.
Oh,
and
yeah. When
gone.
they end their turn in that sphere,
Mm-hmm.
they had to make the save again. I
Okay.
think. Okay, pull it back up. Insect plague.
All right.
Oh, so there's only one effect.
Yeah,
Well, I
the
could've
creature
made
must also
that.
make the saving throw when it enters the spell's area
also
for the
if
first
it
time,
enters
or
the-
ends its turn there.
Okay. All right, so technically the black dragon probably should have got that again then.
Okay.
Let's do that again on its...
That was a 19.
It hasn't gone since.
Oh, no, you're right,
Nira.
because Nira just did that, so never mind, okay.
Yeah.
So, never mind all of that. The gold dragon is literally trying to just grapple and drag the black dragon off of the treasure. So it's making its own strength check here. That's lame one. Yeah, so it is unsuccessful in doing that. And it is not giving up those. It's going to continue trying. So it uses its action, so it's ending its turn on the it's still in that range though. So it will make another Constitution saving throw.
Yes, DC 19.
Yeah, easily. It gets 27.
So then half of 25.
All right. And it's shouting at Sychus, is saying, you know, your opportunity to flee, Sychus, has passed. I will see you dead. And at this point, yeah. So it's going to Cadence's turn.
Okay. Bonus action, lightning arrow at level 4 on Sychus.
Okay.
That is 28 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 16. Give me 9. So it's 29 lightning damage
All right.
and 14 regular.
Okay. And 14. Jeez, that's a crazy spell. Well, I used a high spell slot, I suppose.
Yeah, it goes up 1 dice every spell slot.
The black
then
dragon
I'm
is
gonna-
looking really rough.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
I don't know if that one's gonna hit. It's only a 19.
19 is exactly what you need, actually.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is 15 points of regular
Okay.
piercing.
It is very low, but not completely dead. And it is its turn now. It is going to try to take the crystal and disengage. Well, okay, hang on. Interact with an object usually would be an action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can't do that and disengage. Yeah, I don't think it can do both, and it is too. It's too wound up in this, so it's going to not disengage. It's going to just try to. You know what? Actually, it's going to use a legendary action to see if it can knock the gold dragon prone first. If
Isn't it effectively trying to grapple the thing?
Well, it's trying. So right now, it's on top of the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
What it wants to do is grab it and fly away.
It can do that, though. It just can't disengage as well.
Right, but it knows that the gold dragon has a very good chance of killing it with an opportunity attack.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. So it's gonna try to make the gold dragon prone again, and actually, yeah, it succeeds that time. Well, it would if it not for another legendary action. Which so it has no effect, and then it snarls in dismay, but attempts to try to grab the crystal and fly away with it anyway. The gold dragon does make the opportunity attack. Hits easily. And kills the black dragon as it attempts to fly away. So it tumbles down dead, sending the crystal sprawling to the ground. Let's actually make a little shape for it. So that little box is so, but the the black dragon is dead.
Long live the black dragon.
Yeah. And then Muvad the green dragon says, "Oh well," and then uses his breath weapon. Actually, yeah, he does get it back. Does use his breath weapon on Dezoi. So the gold dragon is going to make another Constitution saving throw. That is a success. Oops. So that's still 27 poison damage. And then it's going to swoop over here and grab the crystal. Well, no, I mean, and it's basically going to be on top of it. I still said that, interacting with the object would be an action. But it's going to basically pounce on top of it.
Do I get an opportunity attack since it ran past me? Or?
It kind of flew up and over.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it does. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. All right, and so it's captured it there, but now it's ending its turn in the insect plague again.
Yep.
Actually, it's pretty smart. I think it would try to avoid that. Now I guess it can't can't get it without being in there still, so it will. All right. Constitution saving throw gets a 23.
It's so 22, so half damage, so 11.
All right. All right. That makes it Dezoi's turn. Tries to see if it gets its breath weapon back. It does not. But it is going to basically swoop over. It's going to try to land outside the insect plague and drag the green dragon off of it. All right. All right. Yeah, it's consistently rolling really low when it tries to do this, which is... Yeah, okay, well, the green dragon rolled low, too. So, it's 14... Yeah, no, it's once again fails to pry the green dragon away from the crystal. Cadence, your turn.
I feel like I just went.
I mean...
And killed the black dragon. I feel like the only
Yeah, I
other
think it was
person who
Nira's
went
turn.
after that was Nira.
Okay,
And-
wait. So I definitely got out of order somehow then.
Yeah.
I think it's just because all the legendary actions and
Yeah.
Yeah.
opportunity attacks and
All right, Nira, it's your turn now. I'm declaring it. These dragons do what they want.
yeah.
Nira, it's your turn.
Actually, a dragon fight is super cool.
Yep.
Was not disappointed. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Hurt.
Here's what happened. No, let me reset. So the gold dragon was right here. What happened was the green dragon had held an action to use its breath. And did. But then did not have the opportunity. But then, and then used a legendary action to do a wing attack. So that's Amethyst, Cadence, and Otterkey, dexterity saving throw, please. Wing attack lets it move half of its speed afterwards.
28.
Plus 4.
Okay.
Oh, 32.
All right.
24 for Amethyst.
Okay. Sounds like you're all fine. So it moves
9,
there,
Archie.
but that
Ooh.
was the green dragon's held action and a legendary action. Now it is Nira's turn.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna let this ride. Like, I've got the insect plague up. Nobody's really hurt.
Mhm.
I mean, I could make the decision to heal one of the dragons, but I'm not going to. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna stay where I'm at
Might
and
run
just
off with the crystal. I don't know if that's a good thing.
I don't see a clear course of action right now, so doing nothing is a choice.
I'm going to briefly give, let's say everyone has a chance to make a perception roll after that last little bit of action.
Natural 20.
21.
Plus 9, so 29.
Okay. I was actually shooting for a 25. This is going to be a really difficult thing to spot, but
I got a 17. I'm very proud of Archie.
that's right. But
28, but yet again, she beats me by 1.
both Alaric and Cadence notice that once the black dragon collapsed and the crystal sprawled free onto the ground, through the haze of the insect plague, you saw that the crystal was now glowing green. It was not before.
Hmm.
And they weren't stopped at all.
No.
I think we have to kill them all.
So that was Nira, did you do your turn? Or were
Yeah, I said I was not going to do anything.
Oh right, you're just holding.
Yeah,
Not okay.
just watching.
All right, Otterkey, your turn.
Otterkey's going to. So I did fail that last deck save. So did that
Oh.
knock me prone?
Oh yes, you would have been knocked prone.
I'd
and
only
take-
rolled a 9.
Okay. And then you would also take 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As it basically just the gust of wind takes you off your feet and slams you against the wall.
I will stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up, and I'm going to use Misty Step. Pop over to Greenie.
Mm-hmm. What, like
Boink.
here?
Yeah, just on the outside of the plague, I suppose. Since
Okay.
and attack him.
All right.
Good old fashioned swingy swing. 32 to hit.
Hits.
Oh man. 1, 2, 5. 18 points of damage.
Green Dragon looking pretty rough now too. I think as
Second.
you're doing that, it's trying to talk to you. It's trying to say, it doesn't have to be like this. I can give you what you want. Help me.
Nah, second attack. It's a 26
Hits.
hit. Plus 13, so 28 points of damage.
All right, yeah. How do you want to kill this Green Dragon?
Just simple off with his head.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, I think it tumbles down and basically just kind of flops down where it was. Its body is on top of the crystal at this point. All right. So here's a question for the rest of you. The black dragon and the green dragon are dead. Are you still in initiative?
What color
It-
is the crystal
It
now?
would be Amethyst's turn. The green dragon is covering it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go. For now, yeah.
I'm not dropping the insect plague, so
Okay. Amethyst, it's your turn.
So I would like to cast Entangle on the gold dragon.
Okay.
I think it's a strength saving throw of 18.
All right. It's going to make a 26.
Oh wow. Okay. And then I'd like to use my bonus action to use my wild shape to change into the air elemental,
Okay.
and then use my movement to go get between the gold dragon and the crystal.
All right. You will be entering the insect plague, which I believe will render you, expose you to its effects.
I was immune to something. I think it's just poison though.
This is your air elemental form.
Yeah, resistant to damage, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons, damage immunities, poison.
So insect plague is piercing damage.
Okay. All right.
But
So you would
it's
be
a magical
resistant
effect.
to it.
Hmm?
You'd be
Mm,
resistant to it.
Yeah, it just says piercing. It doesn't. I don't.
The bugs are magical, but
Yeah.
their bites are piercing damage.
Okay.
So would I be okay?
No,
That
you
was my
need to make
thought.
the saving throw, and you will be resistant to any damage you take.
Okay.
So
Holy crap.
use the air elemental's Constitution saving throw.
Let's see. 21.
Okay.
And that meets it.
All right. So go ahead and roll the damage.
Mm. 23.
Okay.
So half that.
Yeah. So you would take half already, and then resistant take half again. So take 5
Okay.
damage off of your air elemental hit points.
Okay.
All right. You move in there. Is this where you wanted to be?
Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
Okay, Alaric.
I really don't have anything. Action, bonus, and move to run all the way around to the other side of where, basically end up beside, now the other direction. So I'm beside Autarky. Because I have to wait and
Okay.
run all the way around that well to get there.
Yeah. All right.
Up,
I think
up
if
next
you're
to it, so at
if
least
you're
I'm.
going around this way, you would need to.
But that's why I took the long way.
Oh, you wanted to go like.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to squeeze through this area. You know what? It's fine. Don't worry about
I
it.
can walk on the wall,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
and I'm just one step north from there, so I'm closer to the
All right.
crystal. I can't see it, so that's it. That's it for
All
me.
right. So, at this point, it is the gold dragon's turn, and it will say, "You disregarded my advice. You damaged me with your attacks. Call off your assault now and leave, and I will permit you to go. Elsewise, I will not." And it actually is going to essentially squeeze around here, moving kind of around you, Amethyst, and proceed to drag the green dragon off the top of the crystal. All right, so Cadence, it's your turn.
Oh, it needs to
well,
make its
yeah.
saving throw thing.
That's a low roll, but it's going to go ahead and beat it anyway.
23, so half of that. 11.
All right.
I think we can take him, guys.
Oh yeah.
Screw this guy.
I'm going to do my arrow teleport thing
Okay.
so that I'm not like right up on it. Moving like 10 feet back behind me.
Okay. What, like
And
that?
I'm gonna, yeah, like that's good.
Okay.
I just didn't want to be right on top of it.
All right.
Bonus action lightning arrow level 5.
All right.
That is a 26.
Okay. 26 hits for sure.
Alright. Oops, that's a 10. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 28 lightning damage
Okay.
and 12 regular.
All right.
My second shot is probably not going to hit. It's only a 19.
Okay. 19 does hit.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, that's its armor class.
That is 13 points.
Okay. All right. It is going to use a wing attack. Let's see. Yeah. Gosh. No, it can't. It's like now that it can see the crystal again, it like can't bear to move away from it. So, it's actually not going to do the wing attack, but it will just do a tail attack against you, Autarky.
Bring it.
That is going to be 26 to hit
That'll hit.
for 16 bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning, which just remember, I am now resistant to all non-magical attacks. Is that a magical bludgeoning?
Is this aura concentration though? If so,
No.
roll-
This is no. I am inherently now resistant
okay.
to all non-magical attacks.
All right. Okay, so
What was the damage? I'm sorry.
all right, it was 16. So
Cool.
half of that would be 8. All right.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do my my hellish rebuke.
Okay.
He'll do a dexterity 18, which I know he's really good at.
Yeah. He does get a 21.
Half of 17 fire damage, which he's probably resistant to.
He is immune to it.
There we go. Never mind.
Mhm.
Good to know.
All right. So that makes it Neera's turn.
Let's see. Trying to find something that might. I'm just gonna use Toll the Dead because since he's taken damage, it will be 4d12.
Constitution saving throw?
Wisdom 19.
Okay. Oh, rolled a 1, so that's not going to do it.
The elusive D12.
Ooh, I rolled a 12 on that one. That's math. Okay. 21 plus 21 plus 12 would be 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kill him. Describe how your Toll the Dead tolls the life from this creature.
At the sound of a dolorous bell filling the air, the gold dragon lifts his head and suddenly collapses to the ground, dead.
Oh man, another dragon fell on the damn thing.
All right. So, with no more enemy combatants, we're no longer in initiative.
Suppose I can drop the insect plague now.
That would be great.
just dismiss him, wave him off.
The moment that's down, I'm
I'm
running
just
for the crystal.
removing the auras and everything. So the green dragon was pulled off of it. You notice it is still glowing green.
How big is this? Can you describe the crystal again?
Yeah, so it was held by a smaller statue, but the crystal itself is about a foot long and like 6 inches around circumference.
Okay.
But after being fallen on a couple of times, the crystal has come loose from the statue that was holding it.
I'll just pick it up.
Oh dear.
Wonder why it was worth this.
Who knows?
Is the statue in any good shape?
The statue is kind of mushed a little bit. I mean, but it's not. It seems to have been a relatively mundane statue if it was just kind of crushed that way.
Shame about the gold.
I'm gonna look at the other stuff on the
Yeah, I was just gonna
Platform.
say I'm gonna
Yeah.
because I
does
know
look-
it didn't. It didn't.
looks real or not.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't look to be.
It looked
Like
like
something
it was
about
kind
it
of like
seemed off.
trash. Like it didn't look like it was worth much.
Well,
Yeah,
they look
only
at-
Nira
kind of
saw
equipment
that.
on it.
Only Nira saw that because she saw it through her magic ring.
Yeah.
To everybody
Yeah.
else, it looks like glittering gold and treasures and gems and everything. It looks very valuable.
Amethyst is exploring and making sure the area is safe, also known as doing figure eights and zipping around in air elemental form because it's fun.
Well, yeah, both you and Nira can fly now.
Not great.
Everybody else can count the gold. I just want to fly.
I'm gonna climb up on the back of the gold dragon.
Okay.
King of
So
the
what is
world.
this thing then? Just hold up the crystal. A trap? A beacon? What was so important about it?
I'm gonna look at it with my magnifying glass.
Okay.
I don't know, but there's a shit ton of gold here.
It's not what it seems.
The crystal with the magnifying glass seems to function as a kind of energy storage device, and it's only partially full.
I wonder if they were supposed to breathe on it.
I said that last time. I said that.
Well, that was going to be kind of like hard to do with any amount of accuracy.
Put it in
Well,
front of the dragon, and I'll jump on his back.
Yeah, we can. Can,
I
we,
mean-
can we bellow it?
They all
Yeah, that's
did
what I'm
breathe in this direction. That might not have been enough.
It needed all 3 breaths.
But why? What's it do?
I don't know. I know more about dragons than I do about crystals, man.
Well, why would the dragons be here then?
Because it trapped them, obviously. I mean, it's obviously like Grandmother Praxis' deal. It was her riddle. And like we pretty much failed like everything that she set us out to do too, you guys. We do have those 3 eyeballs though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we had some diamonds, I could maybe bring them back to life.
I thought you said you had some in case we died.
Well, but do you
Yeah.
really want to use them on this?
I've got
Like-
enough to do this once.
Yeah, like we don't have a lot of spares. I think we have 2.
Can you convince it to breathe fire though? Like that's the thing. Like you waste all that energy. Is it really gonna do what you want it to do?
Well, it would come back with, 1 hit point, so like barely alive.
I'm sure you can piss it off enough to make it breathe fire if that's what you need to.
Just have somebody stand in front of it
Ooh,
and be prepared
hey.
to dodge.
I'm now immune
I'm
to
going
fire.
to say right now that if you do not you cast Revivify right now, it will be too late to use that. You'll have to do Raise Dead.
Oh yeah, I don't have it.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I
Don't
don't think
even-
I have it equipped.
Yeah, I, don't
I
even
have
it equipped.
Revivify, but not.
Yeah, Revivify has to be within a minute.
Oh well.
Into fire now, but
Well,
There's
I-
not any way to like, I don't know, can like a puppet kind of thing, like the bellows idea. Can we do that or not? Will it work?
I doubt it.
Mm.
What about acid or poison from the other ones? There's got to be like an acid pouch or gland or something, maybe.
Maybe if they
Maybe-
just lick it,
yeah.
like stick it on their tongue.
They usually don't. They usually have a gland. That's what I heard.
Well, if it's just a matter of needing, let's see. Hold on. What do I have? I have a. Where the heck is it? I know I have it. It was a potion of fire breathing. Where did I use that? I do. I have a potion of fire breath.
Breathe into the thing.
Theory. I also have a poisoner's kit, but that's not as useful, I think. And it's green, so that makes me think it needs the poison one. Wait, which one was the poison one? That was the green
needs
dragon,
The
right?
acid.
green was poison. The black one was acid.
So it got the acid, but not the poison.
Well, it's green, isn't
No,
it?
it got the
Mm.
poison, not the acid.
You didn't get enough anyway. It got a little. They
It
Right, well,
doesn't
it needed
matter. It's glowing
1, 2,
green,
3.
So it needs all three of the breaths.
Well, because you
I-
guys have largely figured out at least the basic concept, the green dragon definitely breathed over all of it. The black dragon never breathed on the crystal with its stream because it's a stream, not a cone.
yeah.
And the black dragon was covering the crystal when the gold dragon breathed fire in the area.
You would drink that fire potion if you want that crystal.
well, with this
Archie-
mask,
I was just gonna say.
I was to say this mask actually turns any of my fire abilities into dragon fire,
Wait,
Ooh,
breathe on it.
give it a shot.
Does
which
it actually do that? That's cool.
it says.
I mean,
I gave you a cool magic effect like 6 months ago. I don't remember what it does.
Oh, okay, so it's one of its abilities. It says dragon fire. If you deal fire damage, so the effect of it says if you deal fire damage, it starts to burn on the start of each of its turn. A creature burning in this way takes 1d6 fire damage. And then, but they can extinguish it. But since it's called dragon fire and it's a dragon mask, it gives me other dragon things. Like I get 1 legendary resistance per day. Oh, dragon breath. If you have a breath weapon,
Are
it
you
requires
attuned to the
recharge and
dragon
gain it
mask?
on a recharge of 6.
Are you attuned to the dragon mask?
Yes.
Okay.
So
can you
would
breathe fire though?
But so I don't know if
we
that.
had a breath weapon, which would be like a blow dart type of thing, maybe?
No, it would be like fire breath, acid breath.
What the potion is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could give Archie the potion, and that would count.
I mean, anybody who drinks that potion is going to breathe fire.
But it won't
That's what it
necessarily be
does.
dragon fire unless he does
Right.
it.
I believe with the magic of the mask gives me dragon properties. I think it would be considered dragon fire. I don't.
We'd have one
Oh, for
chance to find
sure.
out.
Try it.
Okay. Well, I guess I will hand over the potion to Archie. But let's see, the effect ends after you exhale the fire 3 times or when 1 hour has passed. So be careful where you point that mouth of yours, Archie.
Well, we could hold off on this.
While you
And
doing-
what do we do to cover number 3? It's a
I'm
poison.
going to go and start
No,
analyzing
acid.
the black dragon to see if there's
Acid,
like a
acid.
gland
Mm-hmm.
that we can harvest to get the acid from it.
That sounds like a survival check to me.
I
Just-
would like to boop her with guidance to help in her quest to find the gland.
What does that do? I don't remember.
I think you get a plus.
D4.
T4 probably.
Okay, so
Yeah.
survival. Oh, nice.
Hmm.
That is 22.
You definitely sort of start, dissecting its like throat and jaws, kind of looking for some sort of like a, like a pocket or a pouch in there somewhere. And you think you find it, but I'm going to need another check in order to try to extract any of the acid without just having it explode all over you.
Survival.
Can I
again.
assist to give advantage?
You may.
Is it survival again? Okay. Ooh, nice. That is a 21.
Okay. You are able to sort of seal off the different openings to this sort of acid bladder and lift it out of the black dragon's sort of corpse. And so you have essentially the organ that is designed to, hold the amount that would be used for like one breath. And you imagine it sort of like generates more, and that's why it like sort of needs to recover its breath weapon after each use.
Okay.
But it is not, you don't think, full right now, but definitely has some in it.
All right.
Alara, can you maybe put that on the ground?
If we're going to do this, sure.
And
You
you can go ahead.
I'm just wondering if any magical effect will work, or if it has to be the dragon's breaths.
This came right out of the dragon's breathe hole, man.
Yeah, I know. They're not breathing it, though. I don't know if that makes it different. I don't know anything
We'll
about
find out.
Fine. Fine.
We have to take risks, Solari. The good kind,
Yeah.
not the kind where we're
We
like,
should probably be
Sure,
quick. I don't
sure.
know if
Now
there's
you
a,
talk
if
about
there's
risk.
a I don't know if there's a freshness element here.
Just do it.
did you drink that potion yet, Archie?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe everybody step back.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
All right. So I'm assuming you set it out like on the ground, clear.
Yeah.
I think. Tell me how you're doing the dragon breath with the mask. Like, just describe it for me. I'm not making this mechanically complicated. I'm just asking you to. What does this look like?
I think with like the fire vapor, it gives the illusion of like a dragon jaw that just kind of goes misty and billows out.
Yeah.
Cone.
Sure. You breathe this fire over the crystal, and as the fire clears and the ground around it is kind of smoking up, you see that the crystal is now swirling with green and red.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, just remember you've got an hour to use the other two.
Let's go fight something.
Cadence probably doesn't want to be holding on to that acid bladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freshness.
Yeah. So, what do you think I should just like spray it on there?
Mm-hmm.
Give it a-
Anybody got
give it a
some sort of
squeeze.
wind
Squeeze it
they
out.
can drop? I mean, Amethyst is wind right now. Maybe she could move it. Somebody can get casting a spell, something like that.
I think Amethyst would have had to turn back from into her human form to assist with the
Yeah.
surgery.
Oh,
earlier.
right.
Oh yeah.
I'm a humble druid again.
I mean, I have wind wall, but it's
I
gonna
think
make
that's something
it
a little more
hard to-
specific, maybe.
What are you
Otherwise-
wanting?
Yeah, I could do gust of wind, but I think that would just it would send
That
it
would
off
be it.
flying.
You don't want that much wind.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
I think that's perfect. That's what a blast on that thing feels like. Trust me, I felt it.
I mean, you could stand right next to me as I'm squeezing it. And
Catch it in
do
the wind and blow it
something.
right
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, let's just try to drop it on there first.
Yeah.
See if
Okay.
that works.
We don't want to miss.
Okay.
All right.
So I will do that very carefully.
Make a sleight of hand roll to try to pour out. How much are you trying to pour on there? Like volume wise?
Like, can I tell just from the bladder about how much is in there? Because I don't want to waste too much if it's not going to work.
Right. Let's say you've got maybe like 2 liters.
Okay, so I will do like a quarter of a liter just to see what happens.
Okay. Just sort of dribbling it out. What was your sleight of hand?
21.
Okay. You dribble that amount out and you immediately see it pour over the crystal and the marble around it starts to hiss and smoke. And it sort of like eats into the marble a little bit. The crystal like settles a little bit, but as it sort of clears and pours off of the crystal has not changed.
Did not work.
Well,
I'll,
if I use the wind blast to do it,
I
I think we'd
think
send a
make a survival check, Cadence. You can actually do it with advantage.
I rolled the same for both of them. That is a 17.
With your dragon expertise, you know that while this acid that is in this pouch is, it is the concentrated fluid that makes up the base of the dragon's breath, but the fluid in and of itself in that form is really not like what the breath is like, because when the breath, it gets it out, it is sort of, it's like dispersed and exposed to air and kind of a ratio there that you suspect might have a chemical effect that rendering it somewhat different.
okay, it looks like I'm burning a spell slot.
Looking at the crystal and knowing stones, because I'm a dwarf, I guess. How heavy would I say this thing is?
The
A few
crystal,
pounds? Or
10 pounds.
how much?
10 pounds is what we said.
10 pounds?
Yeah,
Okay.
previously.
I cast Mage Hand and go and pick it up, so it's not falling into the ground any further.
Right. Well, it was only sinking down like a half an inch.
But if they're going to pour more acid at it, it's probably going to do further. So
It'd be
besides,
good
I
too
got to
to
do. Besides,
hold it
I got to
up.
do something. I haven't been able to do anything today, so I tried this at least.
hold it up.
All right, so am I doing this, guys? We're gonna have to coordinate this a little bit, Cadence.
Okay.
Do it.
So the plan is I'll cast Gust of Wind and direct it towards the crystal.
And I'll
And
spray it into the wind.
yeah, should we give it a shot?
Let's do it.
All right.
I've got mass cure wounds ready.
Maybe regenerate might be appropriate.
All right. Hold it steady, Alaric.
I'm just suddenly imagining that scene towards the end of The Big Lebowski where they try to disperse Donnie's ashes and the wind just kind of blows it right back.
You're blowing it the wrong way.
Damn it, Walter.
All right, so you cast the Gust of Wind. I think the Mage Hand, since 10 pounds is kind of already at the upper limit of it, is having a little difficulty holding it in place.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Mhm.
Actually, I'll move it over to the. Can you redirect Gust of Wind once it's launched?
Yes.
I'll move it over to the central place and put it on the plinth where it was before. The
Okay.
statue's gone, but the rest of it's still there.
But you have to keep it from like moving off because it might get blown away in the wind.
The
It's
Mage
pretty-
Hand can hold it in place if it's up against something.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go. There you go. It'll pin
Yeah.
it to the top of the plinth.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, make another sleight of hand check.
Oh, cool. 21.
That is four
I know.
21s.
I know. I keep rolling a 17 and my thing is +4. It's so weird. Earlier it was like 18 after 18. It was freaking me out.
So, yeah. So basically, you kind of spray a volume of this acid sort of into the gust of wind, which directs it across this crystal, and you can see that even more dramatically than before, the acid is just eating away at the stone and all of this. What treasure is exposed to it because it's kind of spraying and spattering. It's just disintegrating. But as you kind of finish up and look at it, the crystal is now glowing with a swirl of black, gray, or black, green, and red.
Yes.
It worked.
Does it seem to be full?
Well, I mean,
I can't use a magnifying glass again to know. So,
She said 3 breaths. It's got 3 breaths.
yeah.
Well, whatever it's going to do, I guess it's ready.
Yeah, who knows what she wants with it. Who knows? But it's one task that she gave us that we did.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
If it's any solace, they probably wouldn't have let us just keep it anyway.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, I think we're lucky that the gold dragon didn't fly off with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Bag of holding, then?
For now.
I don't know if this is too dangerous to put in the bag of holding. I don't even know what this thing does.
It's not a portal, so
I don't know what it
it's
is.
not alive.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
don't have to worry about it breathing.
But if it's like a containment thing within its own space, you can't really put it in a bag of holding, or it would be chaos.
Okay. But
Like if it's dimensional containment, it would like implode. It would like destroy the bag of holding if that's what it is.
I got a backpack.
Let's get a regular bag then, I guess. And
It's not that big or heavy.
Yeah.
All right, into Otterkey's backpack. I'll maneuver it and drop it in. Well,
Okay.
I'll try to shake it off so there's not like acid dripping off of it. I got it in your back.
prestidigitation.
Thunk. Just kind of.
Yeah, as you shake it, you realize there was a fair amount that was still sort of dripping off of it, and you're glad you decided to do that before you just dumped it into the backpack.
How long would it take me to take a scale from each one of the dragons?
Oh, just one scale?
Yeah.
No, not long.
Okay. I'd like to do that.
All right.
you don't want a claw or a tooth?
No.
No? No.
The scales are what show what kind of dragon it was.
It's a fair point.
Whatever they were.
Mm-hmm.
The black
Speaking
and
of
the green.
scales, like, did we? Who was it that was going to give the scales to the fairy queen, to the fairy
Ed.
queen?
Cat.
Yeah, technically you guys
I-
didn't.
Yeah,
know
we
that.
don't even know that.
Yeah,
But it was Cat who had the scales.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just had thought of
I
thought
think
of it again,
Amethyst
so-
might know because he asked about it in the dream that the two of them shared. But
Do we-
you wouldn't necessarily know if he has done anything about that since.
and he's not here to ask. So,
Yeah, I look at my cat paper.
Um, he's given you the big thumbs up, like way to go.
Oh, that cat.
Little catography. Well, I don't think there's any reason to stay in this swamp any longer.
yeah,
Well,
I
I mean-
agree.
I don't know. Are we tired after fighting? I mean, this seems like a good place to take a nap.
I'm just happy to be alive after Starla picked a fight with 3 damn dragons. So let's take a moment to be like, yay!
Well, you kind of look out over the side of this little stone thing, and basically, if you don't rest here, what you have is several more hours at least of trudging through the swamp.
All right.
Or Windwalk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is
We
anybody?
did just fight 3 dragons.
Is anybody
so-
else feeling hurt? I'm gonna.
I I'm good.
Probably
Um,
some healingness.
I'm down to like 92.
I can help with that. So long as we're resting anyway. Let's see.
Oh yeah, if we rest, I guess I can use it.
How many down are you?
30, 31.
Then I'm going to use that.
I guess I'm just not clear on where we're going next.
Same direction we were before.
Yep.
I'm going
Heading
to find
towards the sun.
Friday. Mhm.
How many
Okay,
days have we traveled so far? 2, I think.
2.
Mhm.
You had like one more day and night, and then it was like at the dawn of that last bit. Excuse me.
I'm not going to do that. Instead.
I might as well
Mira,
take a look at the treasure, even though it's not real.
Mira, do you have your message sending thing?
I do.
Do you think you could message those adventurers that we found and find out if they made it home?
I could. Hold on one second.
Does sending work across planes? I don't remember.
You have to roll for it to
Yeah,
like
there's a
there's a
chance it'll
percentage
fail.
that it'll fail.
Hmm.
Cadence, take. Forgot what I was doing again. 10, 12, 13 points back.
Okay.
Oh, wait, plus 5. 18.
That puts me back over 100.
Okay. And that is, let's see. To third level.
I mean, depending on how long that all took, we literally just started our day like right before we came across these dragons. So I mean, even if we just sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, there's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive.
Right.
Do you guys want me to send a message?
I just want to know that they made it back to where we tried to send them. I mean, it's gonna suck if like tomorrow we wake up and start walking. Oh, there they are again. You know.
Still might happen.
I know, but
We'd only missed them for a day, and it was 2 weeks for them.
you know, I just don't like the idea of people, trying to get home and then not being able to get there. It's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, so understanding that, I will go ahead and I will cast sending.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember their names now.
Kethra and Patience.
Which one was the wizard?
Kefra.
No.
Oh no, it was the
No,
other.
Sutra.
Patient?
Or Sutra.
Sutra
Sutra.
was the one that was dead.
Hmm.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. So,
Patience was the tiefling.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I will send the message, asking if they are alive and if or where they ended up.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and just like how actually sound it out how it goes?
What do I have to like roll for the 5%?
I'll roll.
Oh.
Because essentially, like, if you get no answer, you don't know whether it's because it didn't arrive or because they're not there to respond.
Right. So I mean, I don't really know.
Be like, hey, are you alive? And did you make it to your home?
Yeah, Sutha was the half orc. He was actually the fighter, I think.
Yeah.
So
The other
so,
two wore robes.
yeah, I'm just gonna cast the spell and say, "Are you alive? Did you make it back? And where did you end up?"
I think there's a long period of time where you think that you're not getting a response. But then what starts to happen is you're hearing a sort of sound and you belatedly realize that you're hearing a response that is so slowed down that you essentially can't really make any sense of the words. It's basically several minutes will go by for each syllable.
Oh, that's so weird. Do you think it's because we're like not really moving in our own time here?
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Because
mean, time
is so
between-
different.
All of us is weird.
Yeah.
But take heart, at least there's
This
someone who has an
place.
answer, at least.
Yeah, someone answered, so someone's alive.
And if their response is slowed down and really weird like that, then they're definitely not here with us.
Well,
That's
That's
the
a good
hope
point.
anyway.
Up for debate.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I could potentially sit here and try to write out each syllable as I hear it to maybe.
Do you want to rest for like 5 hours?
Well, are we taking a rest right now? Like that
I
isn't
thought
that
we were just like resting.
a
Not
short,
taking
yeah, if we do
long
a short rest,
right, you take 2
Okay.
hours to translate the first words, which are, who is this?
Why?
no, you
Well, this
spoke
is going to
whale.
continue on in my head for as long as we're traveling. So,
Yeah.
like, that sucks. That was a poor decision. No, I got to listen to this. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the next several hours is just definitely like,
Make it
Wow, that's sorry. I'm sorry, man. That's terrible. This is all my fault that you.
Response is probably going to be what?
Yeah, so I think
'Cause your
actually,
message probably went.
so I think that you do act like what little you can kind of try to glean of it. It does sound like it's a confused response, like, but I don't think you get details much, but you do get an answer.
Yeah, someone's alive anyway.
But that makes me happier.
You didn't materialize them under the ocean or anything.
Unless
that
they're
might
trying to breathe. Oh my god. That's them gasping for air.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
at that rate of change, you could, I mean, you estimate that, like, based on how slow that was, they literally only arrived probably seconds ago from their perspective.
Mm.
So they might not even know where they are yet.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, okay.
Time is so weird.
Can't do any better than that.
You tried.
We tried.
You tried. Good job. I'm not gonna be sad today. Today is like the greatest day of my entire life.
That was a great fight.
It was.
It wasn't so great.
Whatever. You always say that about everything.
I'm used to being able to do something.
Well, this time was somebody else's turn to do stuff. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to let your friends do stuff.
Yeah,
Next
kind of.
time I'm running straight to the center. Screw this
Oh.
skirting the edge.
Next time you could squeeze the acid into the wind and make the dragon breath. Next time you can do it, okay?
I feel like all I was doing was squeezing acid into the wind.
Maybe you shouldn't have eaten all that chicken, man.
Don't start with the chicken.
All right. So you guys are not disturbed for however long you hang out there in the that shrine.
We could roll hit dice too while we're here. Maybe.
You could officially take a short rest if you like,
Okay.
or a long rest if you wanted.
No. Yeah. Nice.
I can't do wild shape again until I do a long rest, but I don't, I mean, my spell slots otherwise are fine. So
Yeah.
as long as we stay out of trouble, it should be fine.
All right.
Guess we'll find out.
Mira,
What? It had to happen.
it had to happen.
It had to happen.
All right.
By the way, Amethyst, go ahead and make a wisdom check for me.
Amethyst?
Yeah.
That's a not a saving throw, just a check. Would be 20, not dirty 20.
All right. You, as you've been, traveling through these different parts of the Feywild and getting that sense of how the natural energy of this place tends to have more sort of conscious will than, most other places that you've been, and that attitude can change character somewhat in different places. You definitely get this swamp is not a happy place. It's not like it's going to actually have like an effect on you guys necessarily, aside from being just generally unpleasant to travel through. But it's just that's kind of where you're at. But the thing is, you've actually started to pick up on something, or rather the absence of something, and you're starting to feel like you are being given like you're being run through along a trail essentially, that you feel like your experiences and what you have encountered on your journey are curated by someone. You might have guesses as to who, but the point is that you believe that whatever this influence is has not only been specifically ensuring that you encounter some things, but has also been ensuring that you don't encounter others. So you suspect that there might be a lot more sort of quote unquote normal Feywild stuff that you are not encountering because you're being steered away from it, or it steered away from you.
So I'm going to share these thoughts with the gang. Just kind of
Oh,
FYI, y'all.
That would follow given the whole reason that we're doing this in the first place.
Yeah, Praxis's hand has been heavy in this.
Mm.
I don't know if that means we get a second chance at the ones we didn't succeed at or not, but or what they're
Go
all
with the flow.
leading to.
Go with the flow, but I think also keep an eye out for potential traps, problems. You know, we don't, I don't, the motivation here is just really like confusing. So
What's
Also-
left of our riddle, by the way?
Just in the meta sense, for Amethyst and Cadence, there was no time between the fog being cast and the dragons roaring and then rushing into battle. There was no getting lost in the mist for them.
All right. So speaking of weird things,
oh,
so right before that fight, you two didn't have anything weird happen, right? Talking to Amethyst and Cadence, like nothing out of the ordinary, right? It's just the fog cloud and then the fight, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Archie and Alaric. Like, you guys remember that, right? That wasn't just me, right? That happened.
oh yeah, that happened.
What happened? What are you talking about?
You mean the book? Yeah.
The book, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
Not really
know.
sure if we know either, to be honest. Other than Praxis made a little visit.
Yeah, it was kind of like being plucked out of time again, and she set us in this
Goddamn
place with this book that you could write anything in the book that you could imagine and it would appear.
Or something like that.
Ooh, what'd you write?
I learned about roller skates. That was pretty interesting.
Roller skates?
What is
Yeah,
those?
like wheels you attach to your feet, like small carts.
That's never going away.
You can really move quite quickly when you have them on, if you can figure out how to balance properly.
That's impractical.
Really graceful, all things considered.
I got better at it.
I think it would be a bit much for the swamp. I think it would probably be more of a hindrance.
It's not really a swamp thing, but there was some even ground.
And he drew near.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted to see what would happen if she smiled properly. It was nice. It was quite nice. Also, she can dance pretty well.
I think technically, actually, Nira wrote her own name to begin
The
with.
first
Well,
time.
But yeah, and then I
Oh,
crossed
that's right.
it out because it was creeping me out that he was
I was just trying to see what the heck the thing was actually about.
Right.
playing with the
Little boy.
Nira doll. Is
Statue.
weird.
But he has one in like his. Never mind.
I don't know what that thought was,
But
but
yes, I don't know if that was a test, if it was supposed to be some kind of
well, she said something about
more information.
this book was kind of, from what she said, it was like a trial run of creation. The idea that you could create anything with it, but you didn't know what you were going to create until you could see it. So this could show it to you. And then she kind of got angry, I guess, at the things we chose to look at.
Roller
took
skates.
That was nearest fault.
Well,
Oh.
only because you made the Nira doll dance. It was weird.
I think-
Anyway, so after all of the messing around, we were actually poking around the point in time where the moment was stolen.
Mhm.
Mm.
And had some discussion about that and ran some, I guess you call it thought experiments.
More than that, we could describe what happened and we could watch it happening. And then
Like a
Interact with-
simulation.
we could change
Mhm.
things. But we didn't really know what we were doing, and we didn't know what effect the changes were having. Nothing we did seemed to make a huge difference, but the book seemed to reflect it. It was strange. You could
Oh.
write a place and then go into the place, and then from within look at everything that was happening.
It's all just this fey magic fluff. It's not.
It
No.
wasn't real, but the impression I got was that Praxis was trying to tell us something about the choices either that we made or that there were different possibilities if you could see things from different directions, I guess. I don't know exactly. You know, in what we've dealt with her, that she's not exactly straightforward. I guess, wait, actually, none of the rest of you except these two now have met her in person, I think.
Well,
She just-
no, I had a vision with her as well. So
Do you think that maybe she was trying to get you to show her something? Not that she wanted you to figure something out, but there was something that she was trying to get
Right.
from you?
right, because
Hmm.
that's what my interaction was. It was you're a mouse, you're a
Really?
tree, you're this, and then at the end of it, it was I got what I needed. Thanks. So
Yeah.
Huh.
She did say something to the effect is that it's always interesting to see how different people, what they choose to create.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe she's run other people through this book before. She told us nothing. We had to figure out everything on our own, and she only appeared towards the end.
Hmm.
I assumed she was trying. Yeah, she was trying to strictly steer us and control us.
I don't
Huh.
know. Like from what I've gathered from her so far, she seems more like she would be trying to get something from you. Like maybe she wanted you to show her something specific for some purpose. Which would explain why she was disappointed when you didn't, do serious things.
We did serious things. It just wasn't all serious. Seemed like a good opportunity not to be serious for 5 seconds.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Given that 3 dragons was
yeah.
probably waiting for us when we returned, and sure
Yeah.
enough, there they were. But we couldn't see anything we didn't remember, and the detail was limited by what we could imagine. If she wanted us to show her something in particular, maybe it was a judge of character. Would we create terrible things or wonderful things or boring things?
Power hungry things.
Maybe.
Mundane things.
I mean, it might have been if she's sending us on this journey and she wants something out of it, Maybe she wants to make sure she's got the right people.
Or,
Or,
she's
I mean,
looking
there's
for a
a-
weakness.
Yeah. There's a chance that she's a bored immortal of some sort. I think it's just a matter of us not knowing what it is that she really wants.
I
And
suspect she wants some tea made with honey of bees 3.
I don't know. It's hard to say what she. I mean, she really wanted your boots. Why? What was it about your boots that she wanted?
I feel
Well,
like
he
if it
left
was
them
the honey-
outside.
They were on his feet.
Didn't. Thank you. Thank you.
I
was
feel like
wearing
if she
them at the
really wanted the honey, that she could just go in there and take it herself.
time, unless something
But
is
she-
blocking her from doing that.
Exactly.
she's
She
got to
has.
be powerful. She got in the mansion.
But she is limited, or she would do all of it herself.
And she-
Unless she's doing what she wants to be doing, which is confounding us.
Mm,
Looks at Christiana accusingly.
there's got to be a reason that she's sending someone else in her place.
Well,
Well, I
some
worry.
some beings just don't like to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
It's
You
more
see-
entertaining to watch
Yeah.
others do the work.
I mean, look at the entertainment value of the tasks that she set us upon. I mean, we show up at a theater, and then we show up here, and it's all like a little weird arena of dragons. And
That was an
No.
amazing fight, though.
it was.
It was all right.
Dragons are the best.
We're lucky they were
Oh.
focused on the crystal.
Yeah,
Fair.
but they are the best.
It could be a lot worse. I mean, I fear that the other 3, now 2, are similarly being put upon some journey as well. Or maybe just they are just another clue or another object for us to
I don't
think
know.
about and admire.
The only thing that, like, the riddle so far, I mean, in theory, the only thing that we haven't really done is 3 days. I mean, there have been 3 deaths. We killed those 3 eyeballs. We have 3 eyes from those guys. Now we have the 3 breaths.
It
And we
seems
just have
unlikely.
to do the 3 queens.
It seems unlikely they'd all be tied to the same thing, though.
You never know. I mean, we killed 3 dragons. Do we have to find one more thing and kill 3 of those? I mean,
I worry the 3 deaths is another measure of time. Those 3 travelers, each dying one at a time until finally they're gone.
it's possible.
There's not
That's
much we
why
can
I
do.
wanted Nero to check on them.
Mm.
I think if we run across them again, they come with us, and we protect them.
I mean, they have free will.
I honestly don't know if it would make a difference. If this is a path that's been set for us with designated encounters with a designated number of creatures, and those creatures decrease by 1 every time. I don't know that there's anything we can say or do to prevent whatever is coming for them.
Well, sending them free on their own didn't help.
No.
I'd rather take my chances and try to protect them in person than just hope that sending them away again helps.
I think if we come across them again, it's not going to be them. It's going to be one.
Sadly, I think you're right.
I don't know what she wants.
Well, we
Almost,
have done just
almost.
about everything in our power to help them.
I wonder if the queen knows about that weird book.
It's possible. I get the impression that it was old, powerful, maybe even left over. I don't think that Praxis created it, but she may guard it or keep it or hide it.
It seems like the type of thing that she would be interested in.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
It feels like along the same line as how Queen Herodimus created the stolen moment as a curiosity, just because she could. This book had a lot of the same feel to it.
The way she talked about it, though, from the little bit we've seen of the Fae, it isn't about creation for them. It's about manipulation. But she talked about creation. She talked about a dry run for the things that were to come. That sounds more like God work than it does Fae. Not that I know them that well, to be honest, but it sounded more like, I don't know, more like she was comparing the making of the universe than just having fun. And maybe she's preparing us for something there too. I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
The only way is through.
Exactly. That's always the answer. Like, we love to sit around and talk about what are we going to do, but in the end, we're just going to have to do stuff. That's all there is to it. I mean, I know everybody was like really grouchy with Nero about that fog cloud for a minute, but it had to be done.
I'm not sure it was quite the most tactical choice, but I think in the end, the result was much the same.
It worked.
I mean, anything we did would have been risky. It was absolutely fine. It worked.
And the other choice was to walk away and leave it alone, but it wouldn't have served any purpose to do that.
But then, I mean, we come back to the whole point, like, what does any of this purpose serve? I mean, what are we even doing right now?
I mean, how do we even know that this whole thing is like a real thing? Like, I mean, obviously there were physical beings, but could have just been conjured up out of that book,
I mean, everything here is technically Fae. Maybe they were dragons made of Fae, which is just as real as everything else here. Which is to say, not real and real at the same time.
So the purpose they were created for was to breathe on that crystal, and they served it.
Maybe. They did seem to have a life outside of the crystal, though.
Well, if you describe anything in enough detail, it takes on a life of its own.
Yeah. Might even dance.
Probably roller skate them.
Well, I
I
think
was trying to go though. Are we the pea or are we the shell?
I don't even know
Amen,
if we're in
Brock.
the same game, to be honest. I think we're the table.
Maybe we're the hands moving the shells around.
The only winning move is not to play.
Mhm.
No, we decided that we weren't going to step back. I've got to figure out how I can describe all this quickly, though, because the next time I go charging into battle, I want to remind you of your decisions, that we have to act quickly, immediately, and with passion and direction,
It's true.
which is what I've done all the time, but now it seems like the rest of you finally figured that out.
There's a difference between acting quickly and with passion and just being like,
And jumping in a portal.
into like a portal or like a big fire and getting burned up.
That
to
does
death.
seem to be the one that has stuck in everybody's mind.
There is a difference between it. I've known that difference every single time.
I know. But you're not you just all by yourself. That's the only thing. Like, we have to think about each other all the time. Like,
Right,
you're
and
not alone.
And to use your own concerns, you're so concerned about the travelers that you want them to travel with us so that you can make sure they're safe. So let's all stay together.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
stay in
not-
range, at least a line of sight, if nothing else, so that we can see that each other's safe. So if you decide
Okay.
to skirt around the whole thing out of healing range, at least
Next
we can
time-
see you.
Next time, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of portal to another dimension. Okay, then I'll be able to make the decision. I didn't know what the thing was. All I knew was he was getting away, and that was not acceptable.
I mean, we would have encountered him again eventually because we had what he wanted.
I feel
I
like
mean-
we were really lucky that it was easy to get us all back together again in that circumstance. I think that we had a lot of luck,
By the
pure
time
dumb luck.
by the time we faced him again, he was unstoppable.
He's not unstoppable. He's frozen right now in time.
Well, there was one
He
person
is
who found a
literally
weakness.
stopped.
There was one
Stop,
person who
yes.
found his weakness, but the rest of us could do nothing to him.
Yeah, but then we chopped off Jinxie's head. It's fine. You just have to have faith and stick together. We killed Jinxie. We'll probably have to kill her again when she crawls up out of wherever she went. But, you can't be defeatist like that all the time. We're all in this together. Like you go diving into a hole all by yourself. You're all by yourself. You don't have anybody to watch your back.
Again, wasn't really sure where that portal was going.
Exactly.
That's the
the
point,
point.
though.
But sometimes you have to take the risk without knowing. which
As
is
long as you
exactly
know
what
that
said
you're
earlier.
also making us have to like make a choice based off
True.
your decision is all we're saying is that sure, yeah, you can jump into any old thing you want to, but
And
we're
sometimes
standing there.
it might be a portal that is explicitly and deliberately designed to be a trap for anyone who follows him.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know, at that time, I think I knew you for like maybe 7 hours. You're lucky. I was like, I'm going to get this person back because I didn't even know you.
Hey, just like him, you encountered me again. I found my way back.
Thanks to magic paper and happy birds.
Yeah.
That were affected by interacting with
Mhm.
us.
All of those birds died except for one because of bad decisions that were made.
They were going to be affected anyway.
Not at that big battle. They would have
No.
never even
So-
been
The
there.
Gith Yankee would have killed them a long time ago.
So this shouldn't devolve into any kind of like big thing. We're just expressing to you that just as if you would be concerned if we were making dangerous choices, that we're concerned when you do that. So maybe just
Mhm.
take a step, take a breath, you know.
We make big
Oh.
decisions as people. We do a lot of things that affect a lot of people. Every time we make a decision, whether it's I'm going to buy a pig or I'm going to jump into a portal, it's going to affect a lot of people.
And yet we still have to do those. And we don't always have time to consult.
But you have to think about everybody as a group.
I do. I think about them a lot. All of you. Even the ones that aren't here.
I wonder whatever happened to Melican.
Safe, I hope.
Me too. I like her.
She might be the key to everything.
Right.
So, you guys still having this conversation, hanging out at this little marble platform?
With all the
I'm
dragon
waiting
corpses.
for it any moment. It's just going to start vanishing around us.
Yeah.
Like, if-
Fall into the swamp.
Game over. Whoop,
Hasn't
whoop,
yet.
whoop.
You guys can certainly do whatever you would do for a short rest if you haven't already.
I have nothing to do.
I'm trying to
I'm
find out.
going,
Viv, you do get your wild sheeps back on a short rest, though.
I can?
Yep.
You're my hero. Thanks.
higher level.
Oh, there they are. Okay. One.
So yeah, so I rolled my hit dice. I
I rolled
clicked my short rest button.
Instead of a D10, I'm gonna do this.
To make more headway. Well, I mean, a day is what we say a day is, but I don't know. It still feels like it needs to be distance. That weird?
Well, I mean, it's still today. Who knows? We still might have to encounter another death or something. I mean,
I don't want to get away from these things either way.
I got my scales.
I don't know if there are predators here, but they bodies might attract attention.
Well, aren't we up like several feet from the swamp?
Something can crawl up the wall.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we saw alligators and things.
the outer wall was like 10 feet up from the level of the swamp.
And there's predators and
Aye.
scavengers and things that will want dragon hide and such.
Yeah. That dragon hide would make a really cool armor, but I don't
Well,
have
like
time.
specifically Amethyst, that part of your realization earlier is that at least right now while you're here, anything that would sort of be the normal Feywild ecosystem here is being kept away from you.
Mm.
So you mean like we're protected by an amethyst? Is that what you're saying? Right now?
What'd you say?
So are you saying like because of this we're sort of protected?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what's keeping only the things that we seem to be intended to encounter on our path
Hmm.
because we've been sitting here long enough. You know, something should have come across by now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm ready to move on whenever you guys are.
Yeah,
I have no reason to
I'm not
stay.
getting any spell slots back, so
Yeah, me either. I never did.
Yeah, I'm good now.
So, I think just from your own sort of biological perspective, it would probably be like early afternoon right now for you. But of course, and it's kind of by coincidence, it is approximately feels like that at this location. But you are headed in the direction of another night band. But here's the question: you know that you have to finish traveling through this day band all the way through the next night band, and then that should be, you should then be in the vicinity of the mountain you're looking for. But at at some point, are you just pushing through, or are you going to try to camp again?
well, I think we're gonna have to camp again
Yeah.
before we do any more big encounters.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe at the night band, I guess, maybe camp?
Yeah. I'd
That,
agree
that would
once.
make more sense since we
I
don't have the
mean-
magic mansion. So
We kind of
Sure.
know
Yeah.
what the terrain is like here, and it's not exactly camping terrain. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
be better in the night band.
Yeah.
That's all we
move
can hope
past the
for.
swamp, I guess, at the very least.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Keep an eye out for campfires.
yeah.
The swamp does continue into the start of the night band. And in fact, as you're passing through, you do see kind of off in the distance little places where there's, little glowing lights that seem to hover and bob above the muck, but always at a significant remove from where you travel. It's unpleasant to travel through, but eventually the ground does start to firm up a little bit. You can see ahead of you, even in the darkness, that there is, it becomes more like, less like, like marsh flats and more like sort of swampy forest. And so you're heading your way into that direction, and it's dark, but it does continue to firm up at a certain point, so you feel like you're perhaps a third of the way through this night band when the ground is sort of solid enough to maybe camp on without getting, muddy.
We don't see any campfires or anything
No,
that looks like that. Okay, good.
nope, nope.
Okay.
And so do you make camp, or do you just keep on pushing through?
I'd say make camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amethyst, do you want to have Lenamara out to stand watch?
sure. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, she seemed to really like it here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
I mean, she wasn't
stick in
screaming.
some
Yeah,
dirt.
she was intrigued.
Mm-hmm. She
Linamara.
Puppy. He likes it in the
When
Feywild.
did
Yeah.
when did Linamara get a dog? I don't understand how this works. Magic.
So you plant
It's
the
her
staff.
bark. Duh.
The tree grows. Lenamara emerges, and
No, Chooch. Bad, Chooch. Bad.
she does greet all of you warmly, kind of smiles, looking around, and she has a little bit of a strange expression on her face, and I think she confides to you, Amethyst, that she feels a little bit like where you are is fine, but she feels a little bit like it's enclosed somehow.
Hmm.
None of this is even real.
I think it's real. I think it's just contrived.
Hmm.
Well, it's kind of like when we were in when we were staying with the Fae Queen. Everything was wild and yet very curated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trees don't naturally grow in the shape of chairs.
You see
Well,
that line
not on the
over there?
material plane.
That line over there is where twilight turns into night, and you're worrying about being contained. Everything here is contained in a way.
Yeah.
It's contained within the night. Over there, it's contained within the day. It's probably contained within the concept of a tree or something. I don't know.
I think it's kind of neat.
This whole realm is containing us in a way.
Well, so here's the thing. My voice is finally going. So what I'm going to suggest is you get a long rest. And guess what? You level
Roll
up.
initiative.
You level up.
Yay!
So many levels.
And where we will leave off is that when you embark again in the morning and you are just crossing to where the night, the darkness of the night starts to become the slight dawn, you can see in the distance, you can see on the horizon, illuminated by the light where it is rising above into the full daylight, is the mountain with the hive that you saw in your scrying. Nira, you are nearly there. And
Aw.
with that, we'll stop for this time and return for next week. Hopefully, we'll all be able to talk again.
Well, thanks for hanging in there.
Yeah.
That was fun
Yeah.
tonight.
It held out
Aw.
really well.
It really did.
And then we
Right
get
up
to
until
gab
the
amongst
end.
ourselves to make it a little easier.
Yeah.
Did we have any questions tonight? I didn't.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Prince Justin is in there, but in the
Yeah,
chat. but-
he asked if dragon corpses in the Feywild smell. I mean, I think that, they would rot eventually and they would smell. There are definitely bad smells in parts of the Feywild. The Feywild encompasses not only the, pristine Rivendell style fairy, paradises, but also the, ultra gross, shadowy muck and rot and all of that stuff.
But if everything in the Feywild is made of Fey, does that mean the smell is like an intelligent Fey smell?
Yes.
It can like follow you for days.
Oh yes, definitely.
I can't seem to shake this smell.
Hmm.
It's kind of pleasant, but also creepy.
Yeah, it keeps talking to me.
It's like a big rock.
Ooh, I can cast druid spells in any shape, I assume, using wild shape.
Oh,
Whoa.
Bam! Magic casting panda. Bam!
That is awesome.
and she was never not a panda again.
Ever.
All right, so congratulations, you guys. I'm really pleased, honestly, with your resolution to the whole dragon thing. I had faith in you, but especially, I was literally just going to let the combat play out however it was, kind of trying to be in the head of what is each dragon trying to do. Does it breathe on the crystal or no? But, and only one of them did over the course of that fight, but you guys had some really clever solutions. I'm very pleased with that.
We used the items that we've had for a while.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I feel like I got that potion of fire breath like
A long time
Long
ago.
time
yeah,
ago.
was a
like way,
long
way,
time
way,
ago.
way back.
I feel like
Like
that was somewhere
sits
around like the
Lebeck
Lake
Temple.
Elamon arc.
Yeah,
maybe,
I think
or
so.
maybe even earlier than that. I don't
I mean,
know.
it's
Yeah.
far more interesting to use it for that than it was
Yeah.
like, I breathe and burn the guy.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Whoa.
wow, I get feral
Art-
sense now. I
Arrows
can like
as well.
fight creatures I can't even see.
Ooh.
All of Audacree's natural auras are now 30 feet.
Nice.
Nice.
Mhm.
We saw that was oof.
That helped tonight.
Yep. Well, we will ooh and ah about all of our things, but perhaps we
Yeah.
should let our
Yeah.
audience go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, good night, everybody. We'll be back next week for more adventure on so
On
many
so
levels.
many levels.
Feel better.